Welcome everybody back into Nerd Sesh. My name is Logan, and today we will be grading and evaluating Caleb Williams' Week 3 performance against the Indianapolis Colts. Before we get started, if you haven't already, I encourage you to like the video, to subscribe, and to hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any future Nerd Sesh content. Expectations were sky high for Caleb Williams this season as he was touted as one of the greatest quarterback prospects in NFL history. Some were calling him even the next Patrick Mahomes, and it's easy to understand why. In college, he had 120 total touchdowns to just 19 turnovers, and he led the NCAA in passer rating 2 of his 3 seasons. I think it's important to contextualize how spoiled we've been by rookie quarterbacks in recent memory, though. Think about CJ Stroud last year. In my opinion, it's the greatest rookie quarterback campaign ever. They took the Texans from worst to first in the AFC South. They won the division and even won a playoff game. And he was super efficient, throwing 23 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions. You think back to Justin Herbert, setting the rookie record for passing touchdowns with 31, also throwing for 4,000 passing yards. A little bit further back than that, you think about Baker Mayfield setting the rookie record for touchdowns before Herbert with 27. You even think about somebody like Mac Jones. You know, he may have not had a super impressive rookie year, but he led the Patriots managed the Patriots to the playoffs in his first season. Expectations were even higher for Caleb Williams, especially when he was brought into a team that went 8-9 last year instead of your traditional cellar dweller at the top of the draft. Now, obviously, Caleb hasn't lived up to those sky-high expectations through 2 weeks, but he's had a lot of ball to play, and I think there's a lot of encouraging stuff on tape from his Week 3 performance. So, without further ado, let's get into the tape.
All right, guys, we're going to start with the negative plays first before we get into the positive. And the first play that we're going to take a look at here is in the second quarter, drive number 4, play number 4. It's a 3rd and 4, and Caleb Williams is going to throw an interception to Jalen Jones here in the flat. And first of all, this is a bad and costly decision here by Caleb. You're in enemy territory. You need points here on this drive, and he effectively takes points off the board if they get a few more yards. You know, this isn't the easiest field goal, but you got to capitalize on the fact that you are in enemy territory here. The Bears line up here in shotgun. They're running a little bit of a curls flat here, and the first read that Caleb is looking at on this play is Cole Kmet, and he is already covered. So I commend Caleb for working off of his first read. Kmet has 2 linebackers on him. He quickly works back to the left side of the field where he's got a man open in the flat. That is number 11. I believe that is DeAndre Carter. And it's the right read. It's the right decision. But I want you to take a look at this moment of hesitation here from Caleb. Jalen Jones has already made him out, and that's what makes this such a costly decision. The high safety is rotating down to Odunze, and Jalen Jones knows that DeAndre Carter is just sitting here on this flat route, and he reads Caleb Williams' eyes and knows that he's going to go. Caleb has to throw this ball immediately. He can't hesitate. This moment of hesitation is what costs Caleb, and that's what makes this such a bad interception. He also falls down here. I think he steps on his offensive lineman's foot, which makes him lose a little bit of velocity on this ball. But the big issue is this moment of hesitation. Caleb makes the right decision, goes through his progressions correctly. He can't hesitate. He's got to throw this ball immediately, and Jalen Jones breaks on the ball perfectly. It's an easy interception. Probably the easiest interception of Jalen Jones' career here. Caleb has got to throw this ball immediately. He can't wait that extra second. It makes all the difference on this play. All right, second play we're going to take a look at here is in the third quarter, drive number 8, play number 1. It's a 1st and 10. This is Caleb Williams' second interception of the day and Jalen Jones' second interception of the day. I don't put this one on Caleb as much. He hits Odunze here in the chest, and I think he's got to come down with this ball. I think this is just excellent coverage here from Indianapolis and a phenomenal play here from Jalen Jones. The only thing I'd get on Caleb here for this play is 2 defenders in the area. Maybe why you should shy away from throwing this ball, but it's a really wonderfully placed ball. I mean, he throws this and hits Odunze right in the chest. You can't throw this ball any better. I just got to give a ton of props for the Colts breaking this one up, Cross knocking the ball loose out of Odunze's hands, and actually, I think Jones may be the one that breaks this up. It's just kind of a bang-bang play here. I don't put it on Caleb as much. Again, I think he's a little bit at fault just because there's 2 defenders in the area, which may be why he should have shied away from throwing this ball. But this is also just a great play here from Jalen Jones. I mean, the wherewithal to catch this ball on the move, basically one-handed, the body control, the awareness that Jalen Jones has to come up with this ball, it's just a great play by the defensive back. And the fact that he keeps his body in bounds after he comes away with this ball, Great play here from the Colts defense. Again, multiple defenders in the area, but I don't really think this interception is really on Caleb. All right, next play we're going to be taking a look at here is Caleb's third and final turnover of the day. Fourth quarter, drive 11, play number 1, 1st and 10 here. And this is a little bit of rookie-on-rookie crime here. Williams gets strip-sacked and fumble by Latu. I don't put this one on Caleb as much again. He's at fault a little bit here. I think he's got to feel the pressure from Latu bearing down on him on his backside. I think he's just got to step up in the pocket here and make this throw. He's just got to feel this pressure a little bit more, know that he's coming. But I also put this on the Bears' play calling. They've got Cole Kmet blocking Latu. I mean, that's just a mismatch. I think 84, Mercedes Lewis, I think he also has to do a better job of double-teaming Latu on this, just understanding that Cole Kmet needs help. He's just outmatched, man. You've got a defensive end on a tight end here, and there are some tight ends that can hold up here individually blocking a guy like Latu. I think Darnell Washington can hold up against some of these really good edge rushers, but it's just a mismatch, man. Cole Kmet is a receiving tight end. Lewis is a really good blocking tight end. He's got to help out his boy Kmet here. So I think Caleb is at fault a little bit again here. He doesn't feel the pressure coming home. But I think this is just a mismatch. The Bears have got to know that they can't put a tight end one-on-one with Latu. So I put this more on the Bears calling his play, and I put a little bit of this on Mercedes Lewis, too. He's got to help his boy out here on the backside. And, yeah, this is just a great play from Latu. He destroys Kmet off the line here. Great bend, gets around the corner. Kmet can't hold on to him, and Caleb doesn't step up to avoid this pressure, doesn't find the little open space there. So great play here from Latu. I put more of this on Kmet and Mercedes Lewis, though. I'm not going to mince words here. This is the worst play call from Chicago's offense all day long. Second quarter, drive number 5, play number 20, 4th and goal. They're trailing 7-0, about to go into the half, and traditionally, I'm always a take the points guy, no matter what, in the red zone in this kind of situation, but I don't even mind the risk here. You've got a chance to even up the game going into the half, and it's just a dumbass play call, straight up. Context is really important here. The Bears' offensive line sucks and has gotten stuffed 3 straight rushing plays here in a goal-to-goal situation. First down, second down, and third down and goal. They've gotten no push for 3 straight plays running the football, and they run a speed option. Like, if you're going to run a speed option with Caleb Williams and this offensive line in 4th and goal, I mean, just take the points, man. Take the field goal. You are giving away 3 to 7 points with this play call. I'm going to quote Einstein here. It's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Your offensive line hasn't gotten push for 3 straight plays, and you put the ball on the ground. Like, look at the Bears' offensive line on this play. You've got 4 Bears on the ground immediately. This is an embarrassing play call. This has nothing to do with Caleb Williams. This has to do with the horrible Bears' offensive line and the dumbest play call of the game. This play frustrated me to no end. It's the worst play from the Bears offense in this game, even with 3 turnovers. All right, next play we're going to take a look at here is in the third quarter, drive number 9, play number 3, 3rd and 4 situation here. Empty set. Defense is really spread out here for Chicago. It's man coverage with 1 single high safety. Caleb makes a quick and smart decision here. Odunze burns the corner one-on-one. Pretty simple. Caleb just overthrows Odunze here on this go route by about 6 yards. He's got to connect with him on this play, and I've really been pleasantly surprised, we'll get into this a little bit later, of how Caleb has executed the underneath stuff, curls, slants, out routes, screens. I've liked that. If he can fix his deep ball accuracy, I think Caleb can carry this offense to an extent, but deep ball accuracy is something he's going to have to work on. And, he just sails this one by about 6 yards. I like the connection that he's building and the rapport that he's building with Odunze. Just sails this one a little bit. Not too much more analysis needed. All right, next play we're going to take a look at here is Caleb's first pass attempt of the game, actually. First quarter, drive number 1, play number 2, 2nd and 6 here. And it's an incompletion here to DJ Moore. I've got a few issues. One, from the snap at the line of scrimmage, he stares down DJ Moore. He never looks off of him. He underthrows this one by 5 yards too, and I got to think there's just a little bit of a miscommunication here. I think he had to think that Moore was running an out route. But the thing that makes this frustrating to me is that he's got leverage on the right side here with his running back and a blocker in the flat versus 1 defender. And he's also got an open receiver on a curl route over the middle. But specifically, if he throws this to the flat, I mean, the running back has got space. He's got one-on-one blocker. Like, there's potentially a big gain here left on the table. It's not a super costly error here, but again, stares down his primary target, never looks off of him, never scans the rest of the field. And the running back's wide open in the flat with a blocker. This could have been a big play. Again, not the most costly one, but you don't want to leave any meat on the bone as a quarterback. All right, final negative play we're going to take a look at before getting into some positives. First quarter drive number 3, 2nd and 8 here, and Williams is just going to take a sack. I don't blame Caleb for this play. Pocket collapses really fast, and this is excellent coverage by the Colts. I want to give a big shout out to Taven Bryan on the defensive line. He bullies Tevin Jenkins on this rep. Pay also destroys the right tackle here and gets some good push. The pocket collapses insanely fast here. I include this play because this is a theme that is going to be really important for Caleb this entire season. I think he's going to have to be successful in spite of his offensive line. The O-line for the Bears is absolutely putrid, and so Caleb's just going to have to find a way to be great without them. He never looks off his primary target, and he's going to have to get through his progressions really fast and use the entirety of the field without his offensive line being able to hold up for him. You know, DJ Moore comes open briefly here. Odunze is open on the right side of the field. The pocket just collapses way too fast for him to work back to the right side of the field. So I don't blame Caleb for this play, but it speaks to a very important theme that I think is going to be true for this entire season, that he's going to have to be successful in spite of his offensive line. All right, let's dive into some positives because I do think there's a lot of good on tape to take away here from Caleb in this game. We're going to start with the second quarter, drive number 4, 1st and 10, play number 1 of this drive. And Williams is going to find Odunze deep up the left sideline. He gets a clean pocket from the offensive line. This is great execution by Caleb. It's a beautiful deep ball up the sideline. He notices Odunze has one-on-one versus cross. It's a beautifully placed ball. He hits him in rhythm and hits Odunze in stride. And it's also a phenomenal play call. I love everything about this play. First, the pre-snap motion here is going to give Odunze a near CFL-style running start, which just creates a little bit of an advantage. The play action here momentarily freezes the linebackers. And I just like the route concepts here from the other receivers, too. This curl route from DJ Moore is going to freeze the single high safety just enough so he can't make the play on the back end here to Odunze. Great play call, great execution, great blocking up front. This was probably the best play call here, I thought, from the Bears all day long. All right, next play we're going to take a look at here. Third quarter, drive number 6, play number 1, 1st and 10 here. And Caleb gives you a glimpse of what superstar Caleb is going to look like here, man. Single back, play action, guards rolling out to the right. They really sell this fake well. But the pressure gets home immediately. Everett is beat off of the line of scrimmage immediately by Latu. Doesn't matter. I mean, completely shakes Latu, breaks his ankles with a good fake out here. And this is a difficult throw on the move. This is a right-handed quarterback rolling out to his left off of his back foot. And it is a dot to the chest of Cole Kmet, man. I mean, there are just very few quarterbacks that can make this play. You got to beat a pass rusher one-on-one to create space. You got to make this throw off your back foot, rolling out. This is what superstar Caleb is going to look like, man. And when he starts making these plays consistently, you need to look out. This gives you a glimpse of superstar Caleb, man. This is a great play. All right, we're going to jump back to the second quarter here for this play. Drive number 5, 1st and 10. Bears set up in single back. You're going to get some pre-snap motion here with Kmet and a little bit of a play-action fake. Caleb's going to step up in the pocket, deliver this ball on time, accurately on this crossing route to Odunze. And I like a lot about this play. First, I've liked Caleb working out of single back and the Bears' use of play action. It just freezes the linebackers enough to open up this right behind Odunze, behind the linebackers. Caleb spots him immediately, steps up to avoid the pressure. I think he's got really good feel and rhythm working from under center, and he delivers this ball, I mean, just right where it needs to be. This is a great ball here from Caleb. Great play call here from the Bears. Just freezes the linebackers enough to open this wide open for Odunze. All right, next play we're going to take a look at here is fourth quarter, drive number 10, play 5 of the drive, 3rd and 5. And Williams is going to complete a slant to Rome Odunze. And the reason I highlight this one, it's a crucial down. The Bears are trailing 14-3 in the fourth quarter. You need to complete this to get a new set of downs, and you need to make a drive downfield. Bears line up in shotgun, empty set with the defense spread out, and he just dots Odunze on a slant route. He sees that the linebacker isn't going to follow Odunze over the middle, catches him flat-footed, gets the ball out quickly, gets the ball out accurately. You can't ask more from Caleb in this situation. Crucial down, 3rd and 5, down in the fourth quarter. You got to get a fresh set of downs, and he gets the job done. All right, we're going to jump ahead to the fourth quarter, drive number 10, play number 12, 1st and goal situation here. Caleb's first touchdown of the game to Rome Odunze. I got to commend Caleb immediately here. This is a low snap. Great reaction here from Caleb just to corral this ball and make this throw. It's a perfectly placed ball. Odunze's wide open back here. And it's a really good play call. A little bit of a pick play here with an out route and a slant just frees up Odunze wide open in the back left side of the end zone. Great ball from Caleb. But just the concentration. This is a bad snap. Catches it, fires immediately. Great play call here from the Bears and great execution from Caleb. We're going to jump a little bit ahead here in the fourth quarter. Drive number 12, play number 3, 2nd and 4. Caleb Williams is just going to throw a dot on this post route here from Kmet. I love when the Bears spread out the defense. You've got shotgun, and Caleb knows that Kmet is just going to come open. He throws this right between the two linebackers in hook zones. Great velocity on this ball, tremendous accuracy, timing, and rhythm. Just really good execution. It may look really simple, but that's the thing about Caleb, man, is you need to make the simple things look simple, and he does on this one. Picks right between the two linebackers in the zone, finds Kmet wide open on the post route. All right, we're going to jump back to the first quarter here. First quarter, drive number 1, play number 10, 3rd and 6. And this is an incompletion to Odunze, but I think you get another glimpse of superstar Caleb here on this play. The pressure gets home really early. Number 94, Tyquan Lewis, just demolishes Coleman Shelton on this play. And big credit to Caleb for being able to get out of this pocket and extend the play. It is the most valuable trait in today's NFL by a quarterback, the ability to make off-script plays, to create for yourself. And that's when defensive breakdowns are going to happen. When the quarterback has too much time, it's an invaluable trait when you can create off-script plays, create for yourself. The type of plays that are going to make Caleb one of the best in the game once he starts connecting on them. So I don't want to hype an incompletion up too much, but again, it gives you a glimpse, man. Once he starts connecting on these big-time shot plays out of structure, you're really going to see Caleb's true value.
My biggest takeaway from Caleb through his first 3 weeks and this week, the Bears really rely on Caleb heavily already. Only 10 quarterbacks in NFL history have attempted as many or more passes as Caleb through their first 3 career starts, and only 5 rookie quarterbacks since 2000 have attempted 52 or more passes in a game decided by 1 score or less. Now, I know that's super specific. That sounds like an ESPN stat, and you may be wondering, why do I specify 1 score or less? Well, that's games that are really competitive, right? You can have games where you're getting blown out and you just turn to the passing game. But only 5 quarterbacks in 1-score games have attempted as many passes as Caleb did against Indianapolis. So it's really rare that an offense is this dependent on a rookie quarterback immediately. And in a lot of ways, the Bears' offensive success is very reliant on Caleb and Caleb alone. They're truly trusting him to be the engine of this offense in year 1. That can be problematic when he doesn't really have a lot to lean on. The Bears can't run the football whatsoever. Through 3 weeks, they're number 31 in yards per carry with 3. The Bears' offensive line is really, really bad. I think it's comparable to David Carr's Texans, who allowed 76 sacks in his rookie season in 2002. The Bears allowed 13 sacks through 3 weeks. That's a little over 4.3 sacks per game. They're on pace for 73 sacks this season. That would be 3rd most allowed in a single year behind David Carr and Randall Cunningham. So what are my other big takeaways for the Bears? First, I think they have to open up the playbook for Caleb. There's a lot of weak screens that are just telegraphed. Earlier in the video, I mentioned the speed option on 4th down in the red zone. Put the ball in Caleb's hands and let him air it out. And if they're going to run screens and try to supplement the running game because they can't run the football, do it on early downs. Don't dig yourself these holes and then try to get Caleb to dig you out of them. You're just setting him up for failure. And don't call these weak-ass screens on 3rd and long, man. You've got a special quarterback talent like Caleb. Let him air it out. I think they should play more empty set with the defense spread out. I think they found a lot of success doing that. And I think they should run more single back with play action. Caleb seems really comfortable doing that. And it just can freeze the defense a little more than the stale offense that we've seen through 3 weeks. So, what areas does Caleb need to improve on individually? I think he's got to improve his time getting through progressions. It's not his biggest issue, but quite simply, the offensive line is not going to buy him any time this season. Next, I think he's got to disguise his eyes. He stares down his primary target at the line of scrimmage a lot, and I think he's going to run into trouble against better defenses if he continues to do that. I also think he's going to have to get creative scrambling and maybe call his own number running the football. It's the side effect of having such a catastrophe for an offensive line. Along with creating with his own legs, I think he's going to have to improve his accuracy. He almost threw another 2 interceptions in this game that were dropped. He's got to keep those in check. But there's a heavy, heavy burden on Williams' shoulders already to carry this entire offense. It's like Atlas holding up the world in a way. So he's got to capitalize on every single opportunity, and it starts by making the most of big shot plays. And I think there's going to be opportunities like that in every game this year. Odunze can win one-on-one. Keenan Allen can still win one-on-one. DJ Moore can still win on one-on-one. So his offensive line isn't very good, but he does have a good receiving core here already. If I had to grade Caleb's performance in this game here against the Colts, I'd give him a B plus. I think it's the best game we've seen from Caleb through 3 weeks. He went 33 of 52, 363 yards, 2 TDs with 2 picks. And he was on time with the simple stuff. The simple stuff is not an issue with Caleb. Screens, curls, out routes. He got the ball out quickly and accurately. He's got good feel for a rookie. And specifically in the second half, Caleb looked really comfortable once he settled in. And I still believe Caleb is going to be everything he was touted to be as a prospect. To me, he's a top 5 QB prospect of all time, up there with Cam Newton, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence, and Andrew Luck. He's a special, special arm talent, and he's a special play extender and creator. I just think he's in a hellish situation right now. The Bears really need to invest in that offensive line and build them up around him as he grows. But the rest of this year is likely going to be rough. I think this is one of the worst offensive lines in football. But the Bears are probably going to be competitive week to week this season with Caleb. They've got an elite defense that ranks 10 in scoring right now and number 11 in defensive yards per play. So for victory, the Bears are going to need to play ball control football and capitalize on every scoring opportunity. It's really difficult with one of the worst offensive lines in football and no running game. Coming into this season, I thought this was going to be a really good quarterback situation, but to me, this is the worst or second worst situation Caleb could have gone to in this draft. It's probably between him and Drake May. You look at the Commanders with Jaden Daniels, you look at the Falcons with Penix, the Vikings with JJ McCarthy. They all just have better offensive lines, better running games, better offensive coordinators, and either better or comparable weapons. Now, I like the receiving core, as I mentioned. I like DJ Moore. I think he's forming a really, really good connection with Rome Odunze right now. I like Cole Kmet. And once Keenan Allen gets back healthy, this is a really stout group. But the Chicago Bears are really, really relying on Caleb blossoming into a franchise quarterback immediately and being a complete offensive engine in year one. I think that's a pretty massive ball and chain to cuff to a rookie quarterback. And as the old adage goes, pressure busts pipes and pressure makes diamonds. I think we're just looking at a diamond in the rough right now. But what have you guys thought about Caleb Williams through 3 weeks? Let me know down in the comments section, and I'll see you guys soon.